Do you hear click click coming down your hallway when your dog comes to greet you? If so, it may be time for a pedicure. But don't worry, trimming nails doesn't have to be traumatic for you or your pup. In this video, we'll cover the basics of what you need to know about trimming dog nails. From calming your dog to using different types of trimmers, we'll go through all the tools and know how you need to succeed. But first, we don't want you to have to dig through the whole yard looking for dog advice, so be sure to click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to get your paws on all our perfectly groomed content. These paws were made for walking, so let's get going. While there are several ways you might get your dog's nails trimmed, in this video we'll cover 3: clippers, files, and grinders. The equipment is just one part of the trimming equation. The other part is having the perfect strategy for making the experience quick and painless. So here are a few basics to cover before you trim your dog's nails. First, if you don't normally inspect your dog's nails or paws, start making it a routine. The paws are a sensitive area, so your dog will be more comfortable if you make it a habit to check them. This will save effort when trimming time comes around. Second, get your dog used to seeing, touching, and hearing the trimmer before the actual trimming. It helps if they have positive associations with them, like when they get treats or get their meals. When you do start trimming, be sure to reward them each time you trim a nail. The biggest danger of cutting your dog's nails is to accidentally hit the quick. That's the pink inner part of your dog's nail. Hitting this will injure your dog and make for some poor associations going forward. The quick is easy to see in lighter nails, but if your dog has darker nails, it might be difficult to find. For darker nails, start by trimming a tiny portion of the nail each time and try to stop when your dog's nails are reasonably short. It's better to leave them a bit longer until you're more confident of where the quick is. And Fido trusts you to do the job right. The quick recedes as the nail is cut shorter, so trimming will become easier over time. It might go without saying, but always hold the trimmer with your dominant hand, and hold your dog's paw firmly but gentle with the other hand. If your dog becomes restless or scared at any point, take a break and stop. They'll eventually get used to the process. And you don't want to do anything that could result in an injury or possibly traumatize them. What do you do if you cut your dog's quick? Whether it's your first time trimming your dog's nail or your 100th time, accidents can happen. If you've accidentally cut the quick, don't panic. The bleeding will stop in 5 or 6 minutes if you leave it alone. Or if you have styptic powder, you can apply some to stop the bleeding quicker. In either case, try to keep your pup occupied in one spot with a toy or meal until the bleeding has stopped and there's less risk they'll reopen the wound. Now let's take a look at each tool you might use. Using a dog nail clipper. There are 2 types of dog nail clippers, and both are popular and inexpensive. Guillotine clippers are ideal for smaller dogs with thinner nails, while scissor-type clippers with a guard are better for larger dogs with thicker nails. If your dog moves around a lot or has brittle nails, we don't recommend scissor clippers, as these have a higher chance to splinter the nail. If you're using a guillotine clipper, place the end of your dog's nail in the circular opening. The clippers should be placed upwards from underneath your dog's nail, not downwards with the solid plate facing your dog. Squeeze the handle to slice off the tip of the nail in one shot. Remember, it's better to cut too little nail than too much, and risk hitting the quick. If you're using a scissor-type clipper with a guard, place your dog's nail between the 2 curved blades. Make a final check that you have the desired amount of nail, then cut in one quick movement and move on to the next nail. Afterwards, you can use a file or nail grinder to smoothen the sharp edges of your dog's nails. Dog nail clippers are fast and easy to use. But you could risk hurting your dog by clipping the quick if you're not careful. They're also a great option on anxious or excitable dogs that move during trimming. Using a nail file. While a nail file may take more time, they can be a good solution if your dog already has well-maintained nails and you're much less likely to hit the quick. If you're planning to use a nail file, invest in a metal one, especially for bigger dogs. They're sturdier than emery boards and will last longer. Start by filing the tip of your dog's nail one bit at a time. When the nail and the paw pad are even, you can stop filing. It should take about 10 to 15 strokes in the same direction, depending on the length of the nail. If the process stresses your dog, you can work on 1 or 2 nails per filing session. Always be sure to reward your dog with praise and treats to create positive associations. Although it's unlikely you'll hit the quick with a manual file, you should still stop filing when you reach the nail's curve or if you see a grayish oval on the filed surface. This is the quick and will rupture if filed further. Many dog owners prefer nail files since they won't agitate their dogs as easily as clippers, but you'll need more time when filing manually, which may be tough with excitable dogs that don't want to sit still. Using a dog nail grinder. The last option we'll cover is the nail grinder. These have become more popular in recent years and have a lower risk of damaging the quick. They're also much faster, but the downside is that they're noisy, which can upset some dogs. They're also the priciest option. If this is your choice of trimmer, give your dog more time to get used to the grinder. They should understand that the noise and vibration aren't dangerous. It's good if they associate positive praise and treats with the grinder, both when it's in use and when you're just holding it. If your dog has a long coat, hold back the fur for a clean grip on the nail. Turn the grinder on and hold the paw firmly as you rub the tip of the nail. Press the grinder lightly against the nail for no longer than 2 to 3 seconds at a time. Nail grinders can remove a lot of nail quickly, so it's better to go slowly until you're used to it. If your dog becomes stressed, then just grind 1 or 2 nails per session. They'll become more comfortable with it over time, so just be patient. After each nail, make sure the tip of the grinder is cool to the touch. It can build up a lot of heat over time, and this can alarm your dog. If it's too hot, just turn it off and let it cool for a bit. Dog nail grinders are great for those who want to have their dog's nails cutting session over and done with in a fast, safe, and efficient way. If you can afford one, we highly recommend them. We'll include a review of some of our favorites in the description below. If you think cutting your dog's nails might be a little too daunting, don't be afraid to ask your vet about getting it done professionally. Letting your vet take care of it is often the safest and easiest option. But with enough practice and patience, nail trimming can be a wonderful bonding experience for both you and your pup. Thanks for watching. Click the description below for our full guide for cutting dog nails and check out some of our other great dog tips.